2022, aka 2020 Part 3. A year of deep reflection and some dark truths exposed. Hello, friends. Welcome. The year is ending, which means it is time for yet another year review. Oh boy, so much has happened this year. Let's get into it. So, with 2021 coming to a close, there was something I forgot. I don't know how. My friend Jameson gifted me Ark of Survival. It was like a late Christmas gift, and I greatly appreciate him doing that. Cheers to you, lad. I did some epic Ark plays, and with that, the year ended. 2022 had started. And for once, I didn't go anywhere special in New Year's. I just stayed home. Then at some point in January, my mother had actually went and got a puppy. Her name's Lucy, and she's adorable as all heck. She just rolls to her back every time someone approaches her because she expects belly rubs. She's also a beagle. She's too cute. However, she can be a troublemaker sometimes, but she is generally a good pup. Then February strolls along. I had done B-Day gifts for Luna and Chris. Celebrated Valentine's Day with someone in particular. Much as I love this person, we couldn't make it work for personal reasons. But one I'll say is that it's a long-distance relationship. Put on matching profile pictures and hinted at each other being together in our About Me sections on Discord. It was a good time, but things were about to take a drastic turn. I was about to uncover the lore of creation that I'd been hunting for so long. Ever since the day they pretty much became my good friends and I had more interest with them. In May last year, I believe, I finally wake up and became aware of how my negligence of my own family started taking a serious toll mentally. I was harming my own family without even knowing it. But before I go ruin things with what's just happened, saw Batman in theaters. Yeah, that's it, I guess. Reason that's significant is because that was the first time I actually had hung out with a personal friend with mine in ages. Also, Batman. Yes. March 9th. I got a friend request from someone I had never seen before. Chief R.A.G. Chief R.A.G. I have no idea how to say that. I'm terribly sorry. Saw he had Zuri friended and was in her server, so I didn't see what would be so quote-unquote bad about friending him. So I did. He woke me up with the cold water, revealed the lore I was searching for so badly all this time. This lore I'm referring to had been something mysterious happening in the past, a few years ago. Some incident had happened, and every time I've asked about it, Paul and Zuri refused to tell me. No, we don't ever talk about that. It's better that you don't ever know. Don't worry about it. Whenever I dug into it and tried and solve that mystery, the closest I would come to a conclusion is that many people didn't like Paul for something he did all those years ago. But what was it? And what made it so bad that people despised him so much? Well, after wondering for quite some time about this and never being able to find all the clues to figure it out, this chief man came to me that day and explained it all. Paul said unspeakable things to 3 different miners. I was in shock to read the details. I couldn't believe it either. I was in deep denial. How could a man who seemed so kind and supportive actually be capable of doing these things? I even ended up going to Paul himself, asking him if all this were true. And oh boy, he truthfully confirmed that he had committed those things. I hope he means it when he says he deeply regrets what he's done and wishes he could go back and never do it at all. He seems remorseful, but I could never know for sure. I don't trust anything or anyone anymore there. I could feel myself shaking in fear knowing this was real now. What made it worse is that Paul was fully aware of the miners' ages, but he ended up doing explicit things over text with them anyway. I left that server, and after venting about it to someone, went on a small hiatus from that dreaded Discord realm, only to come back about a week later. I don't know why, but I guess I was still under some sort of spell. Like I was still tied to these people. I wasn't free yet, and I'd come back to the server. Yet, starting to instantly regret my choice to come back. Then things escalated from there, and after drama started heating up, March 18th, I'd been removed from the server for safety. I shouldn't have come back when I did, but it doesn't matter now. and I talked extensively with one of the victims who had been 16 when that happened to them. I felt terrible for them, and slowly started to feel this burning hatred for Zuri, seeing how she actually defended Paul to an extreme extent. It's almost ironic, I feel like. I don't despise Paul so much for what he had done compared to how much I despise Zuri for what she had done afterward. She not only deleted the evidence presented of what Paul did, she also threatened to ban people if they ever talked about it again. The bastard even told the 16-year-old victim very horrible and depraved things, one of which saying they should game in themselves. So while Paul tried expressing how he's remorseful for his actions at the least, Zuri doesn't have any guilt or care in the world. She doesn't regret a thing by trying to defend him and delete any evidence presented, as well as say hateful, evil things to one of the victims. Unfucking believable. And unfortunately, this timing where the Zuri part got revealed happened after I had showed her this. Never got any sort of birthday drawing, or at the very least a happy birthday from her when mine came around. And our birthdays were very close to each other. I was about to go confront her about everything I just learned, give her a piece of my mind. But right then and there, she apparently sent me this really sweet TikTok. It sounds stupid, but look, it made me hesitate and tear up with this striking realization to think how all this time I grew so close and emotionally attached to a person that defends pedophiles and encourages me to run away from my own home. Her charms and good impressions on the outside are just a disguise to hide her true form within. So yeah, the big reveals came out right before my birthday, and when mine did come around, none of those quote-unquote friends thought to say happy birthday to me. They didn't know I knew everything yet. And the reason I keep mentioning that it matters so much is because that was the final nail in the coffin. Not saying happy birthday to me, when you damn well know what day it is the biggest sin you can do to me as a friend. Luna and Shadow were the only two there to actually say happy birthday, the true ones. But, yeah, I was brainwashed all this time, and being petty like that, not getting happy birthday from her, was the final cherry on the top that helped me completely break out of this spell. I wasn't so hesitant anymore. I was free from them. I didn't have any attachments anymore. And also, it's complicated where Luna stands in this. She's still married to Paul, despite the past being traumatic for them. They eventually start to get suspicious of Zuri's lies when a fortnight or so later, she starts to slander me, Chief, and Tori, saying that we were lying just to ruin her life out of spite. I mean, just wow. For as long as we had been friends, which was for nearly a full year, I never thought you'd stoop this low, Zuri. And yet here we are. You reap what you sow, asshole. You defended a pedophile and told the victim to kill themselves. You deserve all the pain and bad things coming your way. You deserve to lose most of your friends you already have lost. And you deserve to lose more for what you've done. You keep digging yourself deeper and deeper into this grave. God knows what you do today. If you still just play video games all day and night, sitting on your ass, acting like nothing ever happened, and guilt trip your own friends into paying you tons of money. We haven't even touched on the highly possible scam she's been running every month, and the things she said to me that I've glossed over and sadly chose to care less about. Specifically things toward my mom, but I guess that's for another day if necessary. As time slowly progressed on and we grew apart, I started to reflect on everything. realizing how brainwashed I was and not understanding how I may very much have been manipulated, as well as opening my eyes to how she scams people. And it's the ones that love and support her, which is really fucking sad. The only people she really has in her life, and she just exploits them like they're her own pay pigs. Also, just remembered, she bought herself a PC somewhere, a fucking gaming PC, in August or September, 2021 of course. And when I thought of this moment, I started to question, how has she been struggling every month to pay for bills and taxes that cost at least $100 or so, where she'd have to ping everyone and just beg for money, but all of a sudden be able to just pay for this gaming PC that at least had to have costed $1,000. It was a real red flag for me there, and as time progressed, I started to realize how depressing this individual is. She says she can't work because she has a bad back, but it doesn't mean she can't work from home, right? She still has the opportunity to work at certain jobs, but she refuses and chooses to play video games or be glued to Discord instead for as long as she can be conscious, making excuses about how she can't work anywhere because of her bad back, to where she has to beg for money from people and say she may as well kill herself if she doesn't get enough money. There's way too much that I can still talk about. For example, her lifestyle is so ungodly unhealthy that her body has become so weak she will pass out from a sneeze. I'm actually not making that up. That's how sad this person is. I'm not gonna do it. I get it at this point. I've harped on this deep dark topic for plenty long enough, but I just had to get all that out there. Anyways, time passes on and I grow distant from them, cutting off contact with any of these individuals that still support or defend Zurian Paul. Not long after, my mom wanted to step in and pull the plug on my Discord world. I was separated long enough from my family. She got me out of my account, changed the password, so I couldn't sign in, and took my stuff for some time. During that short period while I lost my stuff, I started to realize why she wanted me off there and wanted me to snap out of it. I started to wake up to reality. Perhaps I shouldn't have stuck my nose in other people's business, but I ended up reading my dad's diary I found in the garage. Boredom leads you to just do anything that's slightly interesting, and when the TV couldn't be accessed, I went on quite a journey. At first, his journal seemed normal, some nice stories and poems, but as I was about to put the book away, when coming upon a lot of blank pages, I found another log. Either July or August last year, I think. He was full on venting. He was losing it. And he expressed in there that he was starting to have suicidal thoughts. Apparently, I wasn't the only one just in my room all day, not spending time with anyone near me. My siblings were also away doing their own things every day. He'd come home to arguments and yelling with my mom, spending his time alone at work and home. You can't even begin to imagine how terrible I felt for him. So I realized all this, and then it became a long goal to fix this and get reconnected. I was being heavily advised by Chief and Tori to never come back to Discord again, and never to talk to this depraved individuals again. I didn't fully listen. It took a month for things to start to feel like they were going back to normal. April was a decent month, and I've started to get back in touch with not just my own family that I've ignored all this time, but also my close IRL friends, one in which I feel crappy for not talking to as much, because this friend means nearly everything to me. May swings by and, Dad kinda catches me using the platform. That's what I meant by I didn't fully listen. I reluctantly had cut off contact with them, never speaking to them again, but I was still sneakily using Discord. But my dad walks in one day, catches me using it, and he gives me a chance to leave it for good by myself without informing Mom. Really glad he had done that, by the way. I had been through enough hell and back, and I didn't need things to feel or get worse, especially on my mom's side, as my dad is more chill with these kind of things, and in general. He let me take action into my own hands, so now, May 24th, I write a goodbye message to guess who, and I'm gone. Teary-eyed to go on as usual about school and delete Discord for good. It was a real sad day to have to do that. It was very painful, but now, nothing to possibly distract me from school. No creation, no flambeau, no Discord, no nothing. There's nothing left in my way to distract me or bring me down from preparing for the final exams coming my way. And boy, did I blast them. C for history. I studied as best as I could for that, and it was hard as hell. B on algebra 2. Algebra 2, yes. Good for me. A plus for study skills. B plus on English language. That, by the way, I didn't study a minute of, but yeah. And A plus for earth and space science. I did way better than I expected on all of these, and I'm very happy about it. And with that, school was no more for now. It was summertime. And it did not feel like summer until another month, I believe. I almost found it hard to believe for some reason. The only thing that reminded me was that I got to sleep in each day, which of course I fluffing love. It's the best thing to just be able to sleep in as much as you want. Relatable moment, am I right, gamers?
Yeah.
We didn't go on any vacations or anything for a while. It was just a stay-at-home summer for the starting bit, as well as some reflecting, looking back at things, and also feeling really bad for Flambeau. I still miss her to this day. I'm sorry I can't be there for you anymore, at least for now. Anyway, summer was not the most eventful, but it still was enjoyable being up late at night, playing with the boys more and getting back in action with them more often. This year, summer just wasn't the same as the other summers, but there were some things worth mentioning that had happened. So while my family and I were on vacation, which by now I have reconnected with all of them, and things have almost finally gone back to normal now. We went jet skiing on July 20th. Now that I think about it, that jet skiing experience was really great practice for me being able to drive later on. You have to use the throttle to be able to turn effectively. Me and my brother got on the same jet ski and went full throttle a few times. Just squeezing it, feeling the wind against my face intensely, just like... Also, my brother got to ride for 10 minutes. Legally, he was too young, but the dudes that were instructors or something were absolute giga-chads letting my brother ride for 10 minutes. Also, at some point near the end, my sister and her friend Mary fell off the jet ski. Apparently, they switched seats, and my sister was going way too fast to the point where neither of them could hold on, and they frickin' fell. So that was an epic time, and aside from that, catching up on content from YouTubers I really enjoy watching, there wasn't much else going on that summer. At the very start of August, that is, we went to Virginia, rented a beach house for a little bit. That time period was also the last time so far me and my brother got in a physical fight. And August 16th rolls around, and this is where I get hired to my first ever job. That day was my first day of hands-on training, and oh boy, there are a lot of fun stories I could share about it. If you wish to hear some job art stories in a future video, feel free to comment and let me know, even though no one's watching this, I assume. A bit later on August 26th, also when I was hanging out with my bestie Rai Rai, I got to try on the fursuit parts she had bought from someone. I was really happy to just vibe there and be Damien for a moment. We now cut to September 8th, the first day of school, and let me tell you, this is going to be a banger year. Got my close friend on the bus with me once more. Balance has been restored. I don't know why, but for some reason she just hasn't been on my bus since 9th grade. It's not like we moved houses either. The school just decided, they can go on separate buses, why not? But this year she's finally back. The cost now that Chris is no more. Rest in peace, Chris. Your sacrifice in Riley's place is a worthy one. There's not only that, but everyone has the same lunch together now. So now I can be reunited with all my good friends instead of being a sad, separated, and lonely miss. I have to try and reach out and make new friends. Thanks, school. I also have senior study, meaning I get to leave at 11 for the whole year. Pretty epic. This leads me to believe that my senior year is going to be the best. I will miss those I've come across in 11th grade, though. Savik, Zach, Avril, Ryan, you friggin' goof. And of course, Chris. Glad you four let me join in that gym day on the tennis court. And Chris, thank you for giving me a chance and talking to me as much as you did. Carrying on, an interesting little session took place starting on October 7th. You see, for a long while now, I've cut off the angry and negative feelings I felt for Hannah for what she had done to me back in 2021. For those that don't remember anything, she was my ex-girlfriend. I wasn't any better. And when we argued, I threw a bunch of names at her. I was furious that she took a touch as assault and planned consensual kisses, as I say, I don't know. That doesn't justify or shouldn't mean that's justified for me to swear at her and wish her to suffer. I went out hard on her. I mean, as far as I know, the only person she went and slandered me to was her current girlfriend at the time, but that's all. And those two aren't together anymore, so why does that matter? But anyway, point is we both feel remorse for the fighting and for all that we said to each other. We, met up and apologized for it. Funny, two 17-year-olds can be more mature and responsible for their past actions while a grown adult can't even find the words "I'm sorry." Fucking fantastic. But yeah, anyway, I was a lot nicer to her in the group chat that day. acted more like I regularly would, instead of ignoring or being passive-aggressive. And as I was hoping, not long after, she texted me one-on-one, just like, why are you being so nice? All I told her is because I let go of my negative energy toward her, and she said she had as well. So after agreeing to meet up at the back of the school, I apologized and we were able to have closure. We even hugged it out. At last, we put a band-aid on this tragic wound and made up. Now we're good friends again. Yay. October 29th, my parents hosted a big Halloween party where I got to see my friends Jayla, April, Hannah, and Chris. The party was very fun. There were cookies and all sorts of sugar for everyone to enjoy. And we got to vibe. And for Halloween night, well, it was something. I went trick-or-treating with Chris and Jayla dressed in my dad's blue juggling suit, and we had a nice time, got a satisfying amount of candy. And as you may have seen on the channel, it took us to the local haunted house. Gotta love how these people willingly do the spooky tradition without asking any fee. Such a good spooky house. Thing is like that this Halloween really, I say it was different because it didn't feel that exciting. I remember not even being the slight bit hyped for it, which I feel bad about now. I mean, damn. And like, we went trick-or-treating and all, but it didn't last long. It's not our fault though, because it did start to lightly rain, and Chris is kind of scared of the rain, so like, yeah, we just went home right after we did the haunted house. You went right home. Ah yes, now sussy November. There wasn't much to say with this month other than the fact I'm finally rid of my Accutane pills. I ended the last one the 11th, so no more dry sad mess and no more bad acne. Yippee. Nothing really much happened in November that I can remember. It just was what it was. And then December, yeah, nothing really happened December either. I guess you could say my life is a little boring. Wow. I mean, the only thing I could really say that happened within the span of like October and through this final month here is I got addicted to Overwatch. Tried it out when I heard it was a free game back in October, and then start getting hooked to it more like November, and then December's officially where it's like my new Fortnite, you know what I mean? Shut up! You don't? Oh, well. But new favorite game, pretty much. Yeah, Overwatch. And then Christmas came around. Very poggers Christmas. I don't have the lottery ticket image, but I won my first lottery ticket and got $10 from it. That's pretty awesome, ain't it? I mean, damn, bro. And then, I got all these gifts as well. Do a quick little montage of that for you. Okay, what happened to my one image? Don't know what happened to my one image of showing off everything at once, but got a lottery ticket that I won. Oh wait, I already said that. I got a onesie that's got like reindeer antlers. I got another onesie that's like got footies and pockets. And I got this wolf onesie. By far, those last two were the most comfy, but as I'm recording this today, in 20 days after the new year, my wolf onesie was taken. I don't know who did it and where it is now, but rip. But these onesies, comfy as fuck. And then I did Christmas gifts with my friend, and here's a quick montage of that. Damn, they did so good with it. And I mean, I guess that's about it. I mean, I did my own, which is an animation. Here's this now. And yeah, well, the last thing I could say really before New Year's happened was December 28th. I may or may not have. Yeah, you guys get it now, I think. Okay. But anyways, I'm back with someone. Hi, Teddy. And then New Year's, we didn't do nothing. Planted a little bit of an L. Oh well, I mean, it's just, it is what it is, it's fine. We didn't do anything, and we didn't even, for the first time, have a live stream of New York. We did at first, but Landon changed it to his TV show just 5 minutes before the ball was supposed to go down. Mans couldn't wait 5 fucking minutes. But yeah, anyway, that was 2022. And now I can finally kick off this year and move on to 2023. I'm sorry I'm the latest. It's 20 days later. I don't know, life was happening. It's already a wild start to this year. It'll be a fun way to start next one. I don't know. But I mean, I hope you enjoyed it, I guess. And especially you, J-Mon. I did the expose at last. There it is. And my boring reflective moments of 2022. And well, that's about it. See ya. Mart? Shut up. March 9th. Oh my god. Haircut thing. I'm not even gonna try with fucking Rosk.